Your news for the state of Tennessee in 10 minutes. Tennessee in 10 is made possible by Tennessee Department of Labor and Workforce Development.
Good morning. I'm Amanda Harrell. We're starting with breaking news. Kilmar Abrego Garcia just surrendered to ICE officials within the last hour this morning. He's the man who says he was mistakenly deported to El Salvador back in March. He was just released from a Tennessee jail on Friday, the jail in Putnam County. Now he's facing possible deportation again, but this time he could be sent to Uganda. Garcia turned himself into ICE officials in Baltimore, but that does not mean that he will be deported. His attorneys say they have a few options, including trying to persuade a judge that Garcia's safety is at risk if he's sent to the African nation.
I'm Jerry Askin. President Donald Trump is hinting at sending federal troops right here to Memphis. That's according to an interview with radio talk show host Todd Starnes on the Todd Starnes Show on KWAM. He shared thoughts about sending the National Guard to Democratic-led cities with high crime rates. Now, President Trump said he would put Memphis, quote, early on the list. Now, earlier this year, FBI Director Kash Patel called Memphis the, quote, homicide capital of the country. President Trump previously prioritized other cities for National Guard deployment, including Chicago, Baltimore, and Los Angeles.
Well, flights in and out of Chattanooga resumed hours after a bomb threat was reported. It was called in last night, forcing the airport to shut down operations. Some passengers on a flight from DFW say they were on the tarmac for nearly 2 hours before they were eventually let off the plane. Authorities searched the terminal and the airport and say there was no indication of an active threat. There's no word yet on an investigation into the call.
Hello from the WVLT Newsroom. I'm Will Puckett. A Panera Bread in Alcoa is in rebuild mode after a car crashed into the building over the weekend. It happened just after 11 Saturday morning. Take a look at your screen. The Alcoa Police Department says 2 people in a Subaru Outback crashed through the front doors of the building. The building's power did have to be turned off so crews could begin repairs. Alcoa police say no one was injured in that crash.
All right, you may be noticing a little change as you step out the door this morning. First Alert meteorologist Stefano DiPietro is tracking fake fall that has arrived.
It's the best way to describe it, isn't it? Because you kind of know in the back of your mind that the heat will make a comeback at some point. I mean, it could happen in 2 weeks. It could happen in October. It could happen in December. I mean, we can always get the heat to come back here in the mid-state. We are going to work our way, though, into the 80s and 70s this week. So much more of a consistent fall-like feel. And the first one, really, we've had since, well, back in May when temperatures were a little bit lower. Muggy meter keeps dew points in the comfortable territory all week long into the upcoming weekend. We're starting with good sunshine today. That cloud cover's on the increase this afternoon, but there is no rain to talk about. And just take a look at the temperatures across the state. Many of us will be in the 70s, if at best the lower 80s in some locations. The clouds dissipate overnight tonight and into tomorrow morning. We wake up mostly in the 50s with maybe the exception of Memphis and down through Chattanooga. The southern portions of Tennessee might be just a little bit warmer over the next couple of days, but really does look like we'll be in the 70s to even the low 80s again heading into our Tuesday. This stretch of cooler weather sticks with us at least through the weekend, and we'll see how long it takes for that heat to make a comeback.
Knoxville police have arrested a man who they say attempted to meet up with a child sex trafficker. KPD says 46-year-old Travis Mitchell Jr. brought his 4-year-old child to a business on North Broadway. That's in North Knoxville. They say he was planning to meet with who he thought was a child sex trafficker, but the trafficker was actually an undercover Knoxville Police Department officer. Police arrested Mitchell once he arrived, and after investigating further, police found that Mitchell left a 10-year-old child alone at his house with no running water or any way to communicate. The children were moved to temporary safe housing. Mitchell is now facing a charge of online enticement of a minor and is scheduled to appear in court today.
Well, today the city of Lewisburg is expected to start its search for an outside law firm to investigate allegations against the city manager. This is Roy Hayslip, and he was arrested last week on multiple charges connected to stalking a city employee. Leaders passed a motion to hire an outside law firm to investigate the allegations. They made that decision during a special meeting last week.
What is really driving this? I don't want to be the first person to say that color has something to do with everything, but at the end of the day, does it?
You got rules and regulations. The law states whether you're black, white, pink, or whatever, if you got a victim, whether it's man or woman, accusing you of an order of protection, and you got two people working together, whether you believe the accuser or not, the accused has got to be suspended.
The city will call another special meeting to hire the firm, but so far no date has been set for that meeting. The firm will be given 30 days to investigate.
Classes begin today at the University of Memphis, and this school year there will not be the Office of Multicultural Affairs. An email was sent out to students about the decision last week. A university spokesperson said it's a result of the Dismantling DEI Departments Act that is now law in Tennessee, which bans diversity, equity, and inclusion programs at public universities across the state. Now, school leaders say registered student organizations will continue to exist on campus. The University of Memphis' Student Government Association is hosting a town hall this Wednesday at the UC Theater at 6 p.m. From the Action News 5 studio in Memphis, I'm Jerry Askin.
Well, we're learning new information on a man who died while in police custody. An updated autopsy report is showing that the holding conditions in the Monroe County Jail actually contributed to this man's death. 74-year-old Elijah Isbell died in February. The autopsy report from the Knox County Regional Forensic Center says Isbell spent hours strapped to a chair, often unsupervised with no food or water. Now, the report says dehydration and restraint actually contributed to his death from heart disease. The district attorney is ordering an expanded investigation, saying he will present the case to the grand jury. Now, the sheriff's office in Monroe County says everyone who was involved has either been terminated, suspended, or has already resigned. Sheriff Tommy Jones says his thoughts and prayers remain with the Isbell family. Again, this new autopsy report has been given to the district attorney, who says that they are turning this over to a grand jury. From the WVLT Newsroom, I'm Will Puckett. Now back to you.
Well, this morning, state and local leaders are pushing back against big tech in Tennessee. Advocates now working with the NAACP, to push for more transparency about how data centers are impacting the health of Tennesseans. This comes after Elon Musk announced plans earlier this summer to build a second supercomputer in West Tennessee and Whitehaven. He already has one in Memphis. Advocates are now calling on lawmakers to create new guidelines for tech companies to keep some of these small communities safe.
Data centers are often situated in Black neighborhoods already burdened by socioeconomic disadvantages, and they contribute to rising levels of air pollution.
We are proving a new framework that demands accountability and responsibility, action from tech companies as they expand in our communities.
They're calling for stricter emission standards, community benefits agreements, long-term local investments, and health impact assessments.